What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Baby Shack, and I'm here to help you become profitable. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into today's episode slash recap. So if we look over here, we can see that I made 200 today off of this play right here. And it should have been more, but I took a small loss initially in this area right here, thinking that we were going to continue initially or quickly to the upside. So you can see right in this area, I took the loss. So I entered in off of this area, thinking that we swept the lows. We tapped into this demand over here. Thought we were going to push off. We ended up coming back low one more time. Then we started to push off again. And this was the move to the upside. So coming to this chart right here, let's start on the 1 hour time frame. So you can see we are making 1 hour lower highs and lower lows. We have a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So now I also could have caught this buy initially at the beginning of the day, I think on the S&P, but yeah, it was right in here. I could have caught this, but I was locked out. No, not that trade, sorry. Is it that? I think it was in here, this initial buy up. I could have caught that, but I locked myself out of my accounts typically until 8:30, so I could not catch it. But anyways, you can see we have a lower high and a lower low. Now we have equal highs sitting up here, a ton of liquidity in the market that I expected that we were going to target. This is also a old New York high as well as an old Asian high. So I'll put Asian session liquidity, and then we also know that's the New York session liquidity. So initially I was expecting that we were going to potentially continue down. So this is my 1 hour break of structure, and I was looking for price to come back into a few different areas. We have this imbalance right here, 1 hour imbalance, and then this 1 hour imbalance. So these are the two areas where I'm expecting potential price rejection. Now, going to the 15-minute time frame, that is where I took my actual trade setup, or it was based off of the 15-minute time frame. If you look right here, we have our 15-minute. I can get rid of this now because we know this is a 1 hour break structure. We have our 15-minute high, 15-minute low, and then we start pushing back up on the 15-minute right here, creating new higher highs, higher lows. Right here, we create a lower high, lower low, lower high, and right here, we get a higher high. So once we broke past that higher high, I was bullish on the 15-minute time frame from here to here. So that is a 15-minute break of structure. And you can see that we broke completely through this this range of sellers, and we closed above it, making this a breaker block for me. We know that breaker blocks get pushed right through. 15-minute breaker block. So this being a 15-minute breaker block, I wanted to see price come back also into this 15-minute imbalance on top of that. And then that's when I was down on the lower time frame. Now, if we look on the lower time frame, you can see, let me get rid of that now because we know we're bullish on the 15-minute. I'm now on the 3-minute time frame using multiple time frame analysis to figure out my trade. So we get a, where is it at? You can see we pretty much got higher highs and higher lows on the 3-minute time frame right here. Higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So with this being the breaker block, I was anticipating that this is now the pullback. You can see we're kind of pulling back in a what is this? Kind of like a wedge like pattern. If we look on this, you can see, let me go to the 1 minute and it'll probably look more like a wedge. That looks debatable. So anyway, we can go to this and you can see this was the structure. So 3 minute, this is my 3 minute high that we want to see broken before we really want to look for buys. But I got in a little bit early. 3 minute lower high. So we were traveling back down in this 3 minute structure. And then right here, we are now bullish out of this breaker block to then target the New York and Asian session liquidity. Boom, that's a 2.7R trade if I waited for more confirmation. So like I said, initially I took a small, well actually a normal / medium size loss right here, and that was minus I think 200. And then I took that loss when we dipped below here, and then I waited for more confirmation again, and once we started pushing up right here, I got back in one more time. So something like this. Stop loss was below the breaker, and then you can see where the take profit could possibly be, but I ended up trailing and getting stopped out, I think either around here or around here. But either way, we came out 195 on the day after taking that initial loss, which was completely fine. Now, if we would have held this, maybe set it to break even, we would have made a lot more. But the goal is to take base hits. That was a 5R total. And like I said, the goal is to take base hits. And then if we look, now that my 15-minute time frame is bullish, this is my 15-minute structure. Right here, we have our 15-minute high, low, higher high. So now this is my 15-minute low that I wanted to see potentially hold right here. And if I can go to my phone, I can send you guys the trade I took off of this as well, which was an options play. I took an options play. I took a few, and I made, I think about, and none of this is to gloat, I made about $100 off of that options play. So I'm going to pull it up now, and you guys can see that as well. So I took an options play around here, anticipating that we were going to get some sort of breakout potentially. I wasn't quite sure, but the risk to reward was very good. So we kind of start to create a consolidation and a potential breakout. Once we break out, we continue to the upside. And my risk on this trade was only $17 average, and I made about $75 or 400% very quickly. And this was all based off of the higher time frame. If you go to the higher time frame structure, you can see that this was my 4-hour high that was now broken. So once we broke this level, I was expecting buyers to come back into the market. So this is a 4-hour breaker structure. And let's see if we have anything on the 3-hour or the 2-hour. So right here, you can see this is a 2-hour breaker structure. And then we have a 2-hour imbalance inside of here that we could have also framed that buy setup off of. So 2-hour imbalance, then we go down to maybe the 5 minute or something like that. We dip down into this 15-minute range. Now we're waiting to see bullish pressure. You can see we create a 5-minute bullish imbalance right here, which then tells me we could be heading back to the upside, and that would be your entry. If you're looking for buy, stop loss below the low, take profit wherever you plan on taking it to, and that's another 3.3R trade. That is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's trade recap. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.